Today we are at the Keta fort. Today we are
So,
with you here.
so you are welcome
Thank you.
to Fort Prinzenstein.
Okay, Fort Prinzenstein. Okay.
So the Danes named the fort Prinzenstein,
Mm-hmm.
meaning the stone of the prince.
Okay.
It's a Danish word.
Okay.
So the Danes came here in 1700, started the construction of the fort from 1700 to 1784.
Okay.
So they were buying slaves from Togo, Benin, Nigeria, and other parts of Gold Coast, now Ghana. So those slaves were brought in by foot,
Mm-hmm.
and they were kept over here for a month or two before being transported across the Atlantic.
Okay.
And then most of them were sold in a Danish Norwegian island, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John. Formerly it was called West Indies, but now US Virgin Island.
Okay.
So each of the dungeons in the fort take about 100 to 200 slaves, but initially no window. So inside the dungeon, the slaves defecate, urinate, sleep there, and they were dying through insanity conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Even the water, they will pour it under the door. They have to use their tongue to lick it. Food were thrown to them. They have to struggle for it. And finally, they use hot iron with the name of the company to brand them
Mm-hmm.
for identification.
Okay.
And the trade by then was so persuasive that even the smallest community, they have to go on a war path in order to secure slaves, to get arms, to defend themselves when attacked. An unfortunate one were then asked to establish slave market. We have the Atoko slave market.
Mm-hmm.
The Atoko slave market is just like how Asin Manso, Salaga, and Sandema slave market. So the slaves were put on display, sold to the highest bidders. And then Samuri and Babatus in the north, raiding, kidnapping, other things. And they channel their slaves through Tetekrachi, that's the route from the north to the fort over here. So when the slaves arrive into this fort, Prinzenstein, they open their mouth to estimate their age by the state of their teeth.
Oh, okay.
Children and younger ones were counted as quarter, half to 10 pieces of cargo, depending upon the estimated commercial value. So they can make 3 children the price of one adult slave.
Oh, okay. All right. So I think we can go to the rooms.
Over here, this is where the female slave bath. So
Okay.
when they are taking their bath, governor have the chance of sleeping with them.
Okay.
That's why you have a lot of mulattoes in Keta.
Mm.
Even the water remains in case they are thirsty. They did the same water they bath with.
Wow.
So the governor have the chance of.
So that's the inscription, the female slaves bath. You can take that. And come faster. Come. Okay. Come, come, come. Okay.
This was how the fort was before the sea destroyed part of it. Slave trade was a trade by barter. They were using brandy, whiskey, mirror,
Mm-hmm.
gun and gunpowder in exchange for slaves. And later on, they start using cowrie shells. So 500 cowrie by female slaves and 300 for the male. The female were more expensive just because over there they give birth and they were sold to other plantation owners. And our money derived the name from this. This is what we call CD or CDF in Akan language. And these are the smoking pipe they used to smoke the tobacco.
Okay.
The gun that they used to capture the slaves still here. The stool they used to uh, seize from the chief because they say no, they will not allow them to put up the fort. So the town was raised down. The town was raised down. That make our people move to where they are now, Agbosma.
Okay.
And that's why the people of Agbosma celebrate Keta so much to them for. And these are the drum used to waken the slaves. Still here. And these are some of the artistic impression about how the slaves were captured, brought here, and then transported.
Okay.
So this is what they used to weigh the slaves
Oh, okay.
to see how strong they are before they buy. So the way the slaves weigh determines their price in those days.
Wow.
They have to weigh them to see how strong, fit they are before they will buy.
Wow. Let's see.
And this the safe used by the governor. They keep the jewelry, document, and everything inside here.
Wow. Okay.
And this is what they use to grind the corn.
Okay.
They don't have corn mill machine, so they will grind the corn over here into corn powder.
I see.
So they grind the corn over here. And that's the cooking pan they use to cook for them.
Wow.
The storeroom. And this is the kitchen.
Okay.
Let's bring this one.
Wow.
So some of them were chained over here. They secure the slave by two. They will chain one right leg to another left leg. Like both of our legs will be chained.
Okay.
This end.
Oh, okay.
And they use their fingers to scratch both the walls and the floor. They wanted to dig into the building and escape from them. So as you can see, blood stains on the wall. And those are the chains that were used to chain the neck of the slaves in those days.
These
Yes.
ones.
Yeah. Wow. And then they use the stretcher over here to carry the dead slave.
This one. This
Yes.
stretcher here.
Yes.
Hello.
They were using this to carry the dead ones. The hat was used by the slave masters. As you can see over here, these are the keys that they used to open the shackles.
Wow.
Still hanging there.
Wow.
So this is one of the dungeons where the strong slaves were kept before being transported across the Atlantic.
Wow. This is Europe. The gate of no return. But for us, we return. So.
So this is one of the rooms where they kept the strong slaves. The hardened ones were kept over here. And that's the only source of air and light to the dungeon. They have iron gate at the entrance. So the only time for them to see sunlight is when the shipment is ready.
Okay.
See.
Wow.
So 3/4 of the fort is in the sea.
Oh, okay.
This is half of the fort we are in today.
Wow.
Yeah. Greater part of the fort is in the sea. Yeah. The fort extended to where the sea is
Oh, wow.
currently. And then from the fort to the sea is about 4 to 5 miles away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So this is the Keta Sea defense wall that stabilizes the coastline of Keta.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So as you can see, the material they use oyster shells,
To build.
and they use the slaves to construct the fort.
This is big. This
Okay.
is 200 and something years old building.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome.